All right, what's up, everybody? Xavier here again. Today, I just kind of want to talk about how my month went last month in October. Over here to my sheet where I track all my trades. So I finished off the month pretty good, $12,357 total. I had made about 18,000, but I lost some trades. I made some bad trades, I should say, and kind of let my emotions control me. So don't do that because I would have been fine at the end of the month had I not done but still a good month nonetheless. As always, I pay a 10% of my total net for the month, and then I take about a $4,500 salary. This is what I fully do. I live out of my portfolio full time. I'm also building Doxa Wealth Group, which is my investment advising firm. I was wrapping up my Series 65 registered investment advisor certification. So once that all is done, I'll be able to legally start my business and give it financial advice legally on investing. So right now, year to date, last week we had kind of a drawback. I had started the week up. Monday went way up, and then we started slowly coming down, and it even got down to that. Look, eesh, that's kind of scary, right? And then at the end of the Friday, all of a sudden, it wanted to come back. So we finished the week down 3.5%. I put on some trades with Hood, sold some puts. These I've opened up like the last week of October. NP, I'm kind of hurting on. Meta, I still think it's a really good time to buy. I bought some when it first tanked down to like 635, and bought another one when it came down. So look on Friday. Look how low it got. That's sort of been a great time to get in. And also something else that flew down. I bought some shares of iron. This is a two times long iron ETF when that drop happened. So a very good time to drop as the VIX went up a good amount. The VIX, I believe the VIX went up to like 22 or 23. So anytime that VIX is spiking, that means there's fear and volatility. So it's a good time to sell options, etc. So do I think the market is done moving forward? No, I don't think. I think like everybody else, I get annoyed with the volatility, but it's just part of the investing game. So don't do like what I did in October, what I did earlier this year. I sold a lot of bad positions that really weren't bad. They were just short dated leaps. Remember, a leap is a anything that's you're buying a call minimum 12 months out. So like these plays I have right here, Meta long call, see it expires next December. UNH this is a short call. So I still believe it's going to play out fine, but once again, don't do that. And you want to buy in the money leaps like 70, 80 delta. So, I believe the market's probably going to bounce back again. Remember, we had elections, government's still shut down, so a lot of stuff is kind of driving fear into the way stocks are priced, and we're at all time highs. So, I kind of want to talk about this one stock called Lemonade. Maybe you've heard of it. It's just a stock that I'm pursuing interest in, and I might sell some puts on it. So, a little bit about Lemonade. I believe they just had earnings. Let's see. Yeah, it was like the other day, and it shot up quite a bit. But was at 58. Now it's above. I believe it's holding steady above 70. So a little bit about Limited. They operate a digitally first insurance platform for renters, homeowners, pets, and they also increasingly auto and life insurance. So this is just aiming to simplify insurance in terms of AI and tech, making it easier for consumers to obtain insurance. Right? So, Lemonade has been showing improving loss ratios, which measures how much of the premium gets paid out, and contends that its tech driven model gives it a structural advantage. They've achieved accelerating growth in key metrics, enforced premiums, insurance growth, customer counts increasing, revenue growth, large market. They have a very interesting model that so far is doing very good. Each time they do earnings, still not profitable, but like most of the companies right now, especially with AI, they seem to be funding everything on the front end so that on the back end they can have more profits. And I believe if you are a newer investor, or somebody that doesn't have a lot of capital, you're going to want to trade with some of these smaller cap companies, which this one isn't even very small cap, but you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be hard to make money with Meta at $600. Now, there's different ways with leaps and whatnot, but even then, you're still going to need about 12,000 just to buy the premium for that leap. So some of the things you want to watch for with this company, like I said, negative EPS still. Valuation is stretched in relation to traditional insurance peers. Analyst targets are kind of mixed, but I always don't like to read into that too much. I feel like it could be very biased. Execution risk, underwriting losses, claim spikes, stuff that can kind of be out of control. Macro and interest rate risk. If rates rise, discounting future growth becomes less friendly. Consumer behavior may change. Now, we do think we're going to get more Fed cuts coming in December, but once again, the Fugazi, nobody knows what's going to happen. So, how will I position myself to do this trade? Remember, I sell options mostly. Cash secured puts, covered calls, or vertical spreads, or buying a leap. But mostly I'm selling options. So, wait for a pullback or consolidation in the stock price. I mean, you could still sell puts now, but like I said, it's trading a lot higher than normal. Watch for IV. So if you're going to buy a leap, you want IV to be lower, so you're not paying overpriced and insurance premium, or not insurance, but just premiums in general. You're going to be paying way more than what they're worth. That way, if volatility is high, I would just suggest selling the option at a strike price that you're comfortable. So since Lemonade is still a higher risk play, limit your position size relative to your core holdings. Maintain a margin of safety. You might allocate 2/3 of your plan size at entry and leave a third to add on further per pullback dollar cost averaging. So, for example, if I want to put 10,000 in the stock, I might, you know, buy or sell a put, and then if it gets lowered, maybe just buy some shares or buy a leap dollar cost average. So, kind of looking forward, quarterly earnings beats, clear path to profitability, auto product scaling, new geography announced, major partnership with a tech advancement that gives a cost advantage, sector rotation back towards growth. So, in short, if you believe long term, that's kind of how I invest. 3 to 5 years out, growth story eliminates disruptive model. Digital first, large market, AI tech leverage. The Lemonade offers a speculative but potentially powerful opportunity. The key is timing the entry, managing your risk, and having patience. So that's kind of it. If you want, I have my newsletter that's on my X account. This is where I post all my socials. You can come here. Put out a weekly newsletter every Sunday night before the market moves in the morning, usually about 5 to 6 minute read, just picking a stock, explaining what I think about it, the bullish, the transparent, I would say, approach to looking at stocks, not just saying, yeah, this is going to the moon. Don't worry about it. Just put every single dollar you can into it. And also, we have my Discord. You can join. It's $39.99 a month. Recently, we have gotten my community here. Um, we integrated a AI bot that gives you trades, gives you option sweeps. So if there's like a large order of calls or puts or whatever, crypto bot, I haven't really seen anything with that yet. But so it's just kind of a tool that you can use that's pretty interesting. Usually I do one trade a week on it, and sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. But yep, that's kind of the Discord community. I have guides in here for people, announcements, live stream once a week. This is the general chat, build strategy, etc. So if that's something you're interested in, it's only $39.99 a month, and I guarantee you will make that back within your first month of even joining the group. So that's it for me today, guys. I appreciate you if you watched this far through the video. As always, Jesus is the way, and trade smart, please.